A tradition of excellence. Let's break that down. The definition of tradition is the long-established or inherited way of thinking or acting. And the definition of excellence is the fact or state of excelling. When we put this all together, it says we are passing down or long-establishing a state of excelling, which is exactly what the Georgia Technology Student Association does. Most people think, well, of course we're great now, but how exactly did we get here? Our tradition of excellence began in 1962 as the Georgia Association of Industrial Arts Clubs, or GAIAC. We started out with 13 clubs statewide: Briar Cliff High School, Coffee County High School, Commerce High School, Cross Keys High School, Dalton High School, Linville High School, Jeff Davis High School, Savannah High School, Warner Robins High School, and Winder Barrow High School. These 13 clubs established their own tradition of excellence, seeing as we now have 125 chapters and 24,067 members statewide. In 1968, events such as prepared presentation, drafting, and College Bowl were added to the competitive events. We now have 37 competitive events that range from electronics to fashion design. Our tradition of excellence continued in 1978 when GAIAC became the American Industrial Arts Student Association, or IASA. Under IASA, Georgia was one of the original 16 chartered states in the nation. Then, in 1988, IASA became the Technology Student Association, or TSA. In 1989, the official TSA logo was designed by Mr. Steve Price, who is now our State Executive Director. On our logo, the red represents the strength of our organization, the blue represents the sincerity, and the white represents the high morals and spiritual standards of our association. Our tradition of excellence saw great change in the 90s, with new positions, awesome competitive events, and beautiful venues. In the 90s, Mr. Ron Barker was our state advisor, and Georgia TSA created the new position of the State Executive Director, which was first held by Ms. Gail Sylvie. Then, in 2000, the Georgia Technology Student Association hosted the National TSA Conference in Atlanta, Georgia. Our tradition of excellence continued in 2003 when State President George Ray and his state officer team proposed the Chapter Officer Retreat for Excellence, or CORE, which we still have today. Then, in 2008, we had to move the State Leadership Conference from Perry, Georgia, to right here, the beautiful Classic Center in Athens, Georgia. Then, in 2009, due to a growth in membership, we had to move both CORE and the Fall Leadership Conference to bigger and better places. Just this past year, we've had a few new changes. Mr. Mark Crenshaw became our state advisor, and Mr. Steve Price became our state executive director. We also had to move the Fall Leadership Conference again due to our continuous growth. New events continue to filter in, and we are now to 51 years. Yes, it is true, a lot has changed, and surely will. But there is no doubt that each year we will continue a tradition of excellence.